Hey BFF, happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a great day. So happy it's hump day. By the way, so today I woke up with a new part. Does it look bad? Yeah, it does. I don't know what to do. What is happening? I just need to stop and put my headband on. Headband makes it look okay. Okay. We good? What is happening? Okay. Oh, I need to put my filter on. The filter makes everything better. Okay. So, anyways, today I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to do a lyric by lyric of Against Us because I love doing those, and I haven't done one for this song yet, and I've done it for every single song, but I haven't done it for Against Us, so I feel like I have to do it. Okay, so let's get started. It makes me so sad to think about how we were. Okay, so obviously I wrote the song about a situation that I was in, and it ended so badly. It was so sad to look on the good times. Like, you know, when that happens, it just like, it really stinks. It's when you have a falling out with a person and then you look at the good times and look at the memories, the good memories, it's like the good memories aren't even good memories anymore. For me, like they aren't good anymore, they aren't fun. It just makes me sad because it's like, oh, we used to have so much fun and now we can't. So it makes me so sad. Yeah, totally Ellis Cardigan. Oh, I love you too, Bucky_Barnes303. Okay, then I wake up so mad because now it's all just a blur. So that's kind of, I'm more into it. It's like, especially when you have such a deep relationship with somebody, and then it's like you hardly even remember it now, and they're just a distant memory. You don't even talk to them, because it's so weird to go from like talking to somebody every day, telling them everything, telling them all your secrets, and being best friends with them, to them just being nothing and not being a part of your life. And often with falling outs, it's very abrupt, and so it's just sad. And it's like you kind of, and I feel like I want to do the it makes me so sad and the it makes me so mad, because it can kind of be both. Like, you have that feeling where you're really sad about it, or at least for me, like for an hour I'll be like so sad about it, and then I'll be mad about it, and not like mad, but just frustrated of, why can't it be like this? Why don't I remember this? Why is this the way it is? This isn't the way it should be. So especially at the beginning of the song, and it was just kind of meant to illustrate just being in kind of a funk, and just like being sad, waking up mad, and also waking up mad because it's like, okay, I don't know if anybody else is like me, but sometimes it's like the last thing that I thought about before I go to bed is the first thing I think about when I wake up. I know, it's so weird. And so like I'll be thinking about that person, I'll go to bed, I'll wake up, they'll be on my mind. And it's like so frustrating. And then I'm like annoyed that they're on my mind, so I'm mad, and I wake up mad. Yeah, so that was emotional, sorry. Okay. You said let's stay in touch hasn't gone that way. Oh, okay, so in this situation it was really hard, because it was like we were going to try to still be friends, and just sometimes it's like that time where you get emotionally invested in something and you expect it to work this time, or you think, well, we're broken up now, but we can try again. We can be friends later, and we can make up, or let's keep this going, and then it just doesn't happen, and it's hard, because sometimes you get your hopes up or have high expectations, and that's just not the way it ends up being, and you just like, you never text each other, you never talk, and it's really sad. And then, oh, I love you, Bucky_Barnes03. And then I reread your text, and I got nothing to say. Okay. So that was about how so obviously we really didn't stay in touch with this person once we separated. We talked like once a month maybe, and they were just little text messages, but the text messages were nothing. There was no substance. Like, it was like, hi, how are you? Good, how are you? That's good. Like, literally, that was it. There was nothing else. There was just nothing there. It was like every piece of, like, caring for each other was gone. And it was really sad. Like, there's just something about relationships breaking. And it can be a friendship or a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship it's devastating. You know, like, this person is your whole life and then they're nothing, and it's the saddest thing in the world. Like, it makes me so sad. So yeah. Then I dread thinking about your name. I thought you would stay. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory, but I dread thinking about your name, it's like, you know when it ends bad, and it's just whenever you hear that name, you're like, ugh. Like, even for me this happens when I hear where it's not the person, but they have the same name as the person, and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of something, and I, like, dread it. It ruins the whole name. It's insane. And then I thought you would stay because, like, I really thought we were going to work out. I really did think we were endgame and we could get through this rough patch and that it would be amazing, but no, it's toxic. Toxic relationships for life. At least for me. Yeah. Okay. So then, I never pictured us falling apart. We're broken now and it feels so wrong. That's a little bit more of the same topic of, I really never thought, I always thought that we would still be friends and still be together and that we would be awesome. And it's also that feeling, it's kind of that thing where it's like, well, we definitely can't be together anymore because, like, we just can't. We're done. Too many things have happened. It's never going to go back to the way it was. But then being in this situation where we're not together and where we're not talking, it feels wrong. Like, you know, it feels wrong. It's almost like when you have the weight of that relationship and not having it in your life, it's like things don't feel quite right. And, like, especially I've struggled with that a lot with those relationships. It's like, I know that relationship's toxic and I know that I'm not supposed to be there, but my life doesn't feel right without it. But I can never go back. And even if I do go back, it's not going to be the way it was. And so it's just sad. Yes, I rejected a really good friend of mine, and now when I think about his name, I'm just like, ugh. Yes, I get it. It's so many emotions. Like, even all my songs, they're very emotional. They're just, and it's weird because I'm really not that much of an emotional person. I mean, maybe I am. Maybe that's a lie. But, like, especially when I write songs, it gets very emotional. I never wanted September to start. I felt like summer would last so long. Okay, so that's another one. Okay, so it's like, so this actually happened when you're really looking at it. It happened, it's hard to explain, but we were kind of together during the summer and had a great summer, and then when school started, we went our separate ways again for like the 12,000th time, on and off, and we just, it didn't work. And so obviously that's very true. I really did feel like summer would last forever, and I love summer, and I would hate when it became fall because I had to go back to school, and so it was really sad. It was his fault, but wanted to try to make up with him though and be friends with him again. Are you asking me to do that? Let's move on. Oh, sorry, I'm so bad. I'm the worst. And then it's also that metaphor of summer being like this great thing, and then, but how eventually, when things are too good to be true, they are too good to be true, and at some point, reality is gonna hit in, which is another big part of that line of I never wanted September to start. I felt like summer would last so long. It's like you feel like that honeymoon phase is gonna last forever, but reality is gonna hit at some point. You know. So, I know the leaves have changed, and I know I'm not the same. So that's again going with the fall theme of the leaves changing and how the leaves did change. And it was about how when the leaves change, sometimes you change as a person, and it's just you grow apart too. Like, people grow apart a lot, and I feel like this definitely happened in my situation where I wasn't the same person that I used to be when I hung out with this person all the time and when we were best friends. Like, I wasn't the same at all, and they weren't the same either, and they couldn't accept that. And seasons change. It's like sometimes it's like that when you just need somebody in your life for a particular season, but not your whole life. But it's really hard to accept because you want them there the whole life. It's really sad. I don't know. It's still a sad situation. Even talking about this makes me sad, but it's okay. Okay, so I think it's time to recognize, what am I saying? All the odds are against us. So, the song called Against Us, that's obviously the thing, but it's kind of like, basically, the whole theme of the song is kind of, we need to, like, face reality and face the facts. And we need to face the facts that this isn't going to work. We need to face the facts that we grew apart. We need to face the facts that and also the odds are against us. I was also doing it because the relationship became long distance. And the odds are against long distance relationships. When you're young, the odds are against this. When you've been through the things that we've been through, the odds were against us. Like, there's just, that happens a lot, and it's just like, yeah, the odds are against us, and the odds are true, and they don't lie, so the odds are against us. She likes BTS. I do love BTS, by the way. So then it's, the odds are against us. And then I'm burnt, think it's permanent, this scar is too deep. Okay, that's a sad lyric, but I really felt this one, because it's like, it's just being burnt by a relationship, like, where it's just, and it's permanent. It's like, it's weird, because especially in my case, like, you hear that, like, whatever, you break up with somebody, it's not a big deal, you mourn it, you get over it, but in this particular case, like, I can move on with my life, but the hurt is always going to be there, because it was just such a deep situation. I mean, I wrote 5,000 songs about it, for crying out loud, but it was just such a deep situation. It's like, it's just permanent. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be something that makes me sad. Like, this has been a situation that's been going on for years. It still makes me sad. It'll probably always make me sad. It's just like, the scar is so deep, and it's there. It's a scar, and it's permanent, and it's sad. So then, we weren't meant to be, you were a secret I couldn't keep. So that's, and I love that lyric. And so it's just true. It's like, we weren't meant to be, not supposed to be together. Sad but true. And then, you were a secret I couldn't keep, just saying I couldn't keep you. And also goes into that kind of like honeymoon thing of like being a secret, but then not being able to keep them forever, because you gotta go back to reality, and fall starts, school starts. It's just like, you can't live in vacation forever, even though you wish you could. So that's Against Us. I love the lyrics of Against Us because I love writing lyrics, and for me in all my songs, all the lyrics always mean so much to me. So I really hope that you enjoy them. I love writing lyrics. Writing lyrics is like my favorite thing to do in the whole entire world. I feel like it just helps me understand life, because life can be very overwhelming, and it's just really nice to put it all on a piece of paper, organize my thoughts. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you